I'd like to introduce Brent Siebenaler, and he's from Fiilex Lighting, a new sponsor of Digital Cinema Society. We appreciate that very much. Can you tell us about your lights?
Sure. First thing, kind of go into why we're here and how we got here. We're probably one of the newest LED manufacturers here, at least one of the two newest LED manufacturers here. And our background actually came from 30 years of fiber optics communications. So our parent company has been around for a long time. We have over 100 engineers working for our company, just trying to solve all the world problem of LEDs. And this is the perfect ground for it because everybody wants a perfect LED source in this industry, and that's what we're trying to do. So our technology, I'll kind of shine at this camera right here, is the dense matrix LED. It is a fairly unique, it's all under one glass optic. What we do is we put in multiple types of LEDs. So we make a fully tunable source, but what we're not doing is just taking one tungsten and one daylight. We're actually mixing anywhere from 5 to 7 daylight and 5 to 7 tungstens, and then we're using multiple phosphor recipes to go on top of them to create that beautiful broad spectrum that everybody wants. So that allows us also to calibrate the LED chip. So we calibrate at different Kelvin temperatures and then different dimming levels. So we've got full dimming calibration and different color temperature calibration. So every light source that's coming out is going to be the same. We don't rely on binning, although we do bin. We don't rely on binning to make the LED accurate, and it will be continually accurate for years to come. That's kind of the background of what gives us that unique advantage. The other thing that really is unique about this chip is the metallized circuitry behind it. Allows us to separate those LEDs and calibrate it, as well as get rid of the heat. Obviously, they're lower in heat, but they're more sensitive to heat. So getting rid of the heat and controlling that is one of the clear issues that LED has had to overcome. And the moment you go over in heat issues, then the degradation starts happening. So we've been able to maintain that and control that. It allows us to get these much smaller, more powerful sources out there. So I'll start with, this is our littlest guy. This is the P100. It's our only battery, built-in battery option. So it comes with a battery, allows you to fully tune the source and dim it.
Let's show them on the back wall.
Sure. So if I, let's see here, pull off that Fresnel. So you're able to fully tune the source, tungsten and daylight, and then fully dim the source. So, and then the nice part about it is, if I spot and flood it, I can soften or harden that edge, which is really nice with an LED source.
That's pretty good cut for an open face.
This is the sort of awkward looking light, but it's meant to be able to set with all the flat surfaces, and it's got the 1/4-20 thread in it, so you can just throw it into some unique places. And then even from our smallest to our largest source, we all have these magnetic accessories. So the Fresnel will clip on, and then we've got a dome diffuser here that will clip on and will easily attach to it, giving us some unique options there. The next light we have is the P180. So it's the next guy in line. We've put a external battery. These can be detapped, and they can be, we've got our own battery that we're coming out right now for just a really simple portable solution. But if I point this here, this is a 40-watt LED. The one thing our biggest struggle is people aren't comparing our lights to a similar size light. So, because most of the lights that are out there are double or triple the size. So we get a lot of punch and a lot of throw from that tight source. They're able to shape the light. So again, a 40-watt LED source with the ability to put on Fresnels and dome diffusers. Sorry. So if I put that on there, I can tighten the beam angle and throw it even further. So that's one of our clear advantages is that you can take a lens and shape it and throw it a lot further. And our most recent release, we do have many lights in between. We've got a 90-watt solution. We've got a 180-watt solution, but our newest addition to the line is the Q1000. So it's a 300-watt draw solution. You can power it with batteries. We've got block battery that has created a solution that you can power a 48-volt lighting solution, which is actually, some of these other lights are running on 48 volt, and I'm sure if you tested them, they probably work on that solution as well. But the block battery solution will power it remotely. They're also water resistant, giving you some great options there. But coming back to this source, you've got that tight beam angle, or the tight source, so you can create a tight beam angle. So if you look at this source, you can see the amount of throw that you have on such a source. Fully tunable, 2800 to 6500, and you have quarter magenta, quarter green. So I went quarter magenta, quarter green hue control, and then you go 2800 to 6500.
Those are set spots?
No, you can go anywhere in between. So there's a digital readout screen on the back. If I can turn it this way and not want to blind the screen too much. But you've got a digital readout screen on the back where you can set all your settings. You've got DMX control with 3 DMX controls to control color, hue, and output, and giving you where you can hot strike it as well. So even when it's off, the LCD screen stays on as long as you have power. So you see the red light to show you have power, set and hot strike it exactly where you want, which is really convenient.
How's the weather resistance?
So going back to our core technologies, we go into other industries, and we actually make lights in aquarium industry. And there's a lot of saltwater corrosion that was happening. And so in our initial testing of going into that market, we developed a way to coat all the electronics, giving us, so it can handle weather, basically full rain. If you look at our website, we've got some tests where they're just getting doused with water. We obviously, recommend spraying them out, cleaning them off. We always say if they get dusty, just wash them off. So, the other unique thing, again, is this light shaping ability. So I've got this 8-inch Fresnel on here. I can spot and flood that. I'm going to try not to hit the camera, but you guys can look on the wall. I can spot and flood that, giving you a great output. Now I'm going to take off this accessory and show you some of the other options here, because they really are fantastic. So I'm going to dim it down. This pops off and unclips. You will notice this is one of my favorite accessories, just because it creates such an interesting way to shape light. So normally you've got your chimeras, you've got your double baffles, which you can do on this source, but the way that you're adding it, you can actually create more of similar to like a breezy light effect. Let me slide that on. Now, if I
Spin the other way so you're not hiding.
yeah, get out of the camera, right? Let's see here. So if I turn this on and then crank it up, I've got 2 different ways to operate this. One, when the light hits, because it's a flat surface coming out, it's hitting just the edge of the parabolic. And then what we go back to is our original magnetic accessories. And Jim, if you want to throw on the dome diffuser with the extension. Oh, it's on the P180, I think.
Now let's go ahead and spin it around. Let's bring the whole unit over.
Bring it way back.
So it's not hidden behind the camera, and then we'll do a 180.
So we're going to pop that on.
And then come over here so we can see everything, and they can get a shot of the back of it too.
So once we do this, now the dome extends it out, and then it fills the parabolic fully. And so you get this big beauty light, which I really enjoy. And then again, you can go and put the double baffle and the double diffusion on there to make it similar to a soft light. We also work with standard speed rings as another accessory that goes on there. Again, having that tight source, you can always soften a hard light. You can't harden a soft light except for moving it further away. So, other than that, I think go.
Let's take some questions. Are they still fan cooled?
Yes, because we have such an intense source, really putting that tight of an LED source, it's one of the most efficient ways to get there a lot of movement. We use liquid pipes in our bigger units plus fan cooling. Again, cuts down on weight. This light is only 12 pounds, and and then the ballast is another couple of pounds as well. So extremely lightweight, good for traveling, gets you that power of a source in a remote location that's not used to it. But yes, they are fan cooled. The dB is 24 or under.
Is there a softbox option for some of your other lights?
Yeah, so our next size down, the P360 unit, which we have over on the other side, we've got great softbox options. In fact, that size fixture fits with, there's a photographic company called Profoto. That ring adapter actually clamps onto it, and so their speed rings and some of the reflectors work well. I wouldn't say all of their accessories work well with our products, just because there's a different light source. But if you test them out, there's a few out there that work really well, especially when you add on our dome diffuser. But we make our own softbox, as well as there's other out there in the industry that work well with it.
Thank you very much, Brent.
Thanks, Jim.
Great lights.